from heaven like a shower now. So I smile, even though I hurt, see I smile. I know God is working, so I smile, even though I'm in it for a while. I smile, smile. It's so hard to look up when you've been down. Sure would hate to see you give up now. You look so much better when you smile, so smile. Ooh, today's a new day, but there is no sunshine. Nothing but clouds, and it's dark in my heart, and it feels like a cold night. Today's a new day, and where are my blue skies? Nothing to love and the joy that you promised me. Tell me it's alright. I almost gave up, but a power that I can't explain fell from heaven like a shower now. So I smile, even though I hurt, see I smile. I know God is working, so I smile, even though I'm in it for a while. I smile, smile. It's so hard to look up when you've been down. Sure would hate to see you give up now. You look so much better when you smile, so smile, smile. It's so hard to look up when you've been down. Sure would hate to see you give up now. You look so much better when you smile, so smile.
All right, let's give it up again for Toya. I gotta hear it. I gotta hear it because, y'all, we had the pleasure of talking with her, and I don't know if y'all realize, but like, music, sound, that is medicine. So like, yes, we are here today gathered to bring in that Christ consciousness, but we just got blessed with medicine. So I'm Stephanie. Good morning. So happy to see everyone. Do we have any first timers here today? No? Okay, good. We're all family here. We can relax. We can relax now. All right. Well, yeah, so glad that you're here. Top of mind, let's make sure that our cell phones are silenced. We want to make sure that we are fully present and sunk into this space. We don't need to know about emails. We don't need to know about what's happening in our Ring camera. We can just be right here. All right. Well, if you are able to, please stand. We're going to go over our vision, mission, and core values. I'm going to take a centering breath because I'm so excited right now. So. All right. So, call and response. So, vision, centered in divine love, and wisdom. We joyfully create a world united in positive spirituality. Mission, through prayer, meditation, spiritual education, and service. We put God's love into action. Core values, spirit-led, love, generosity, gratitude, and inclusivity.
Thanks so much, y'all. You may be seated. What's up? What's up? How y'all doing? You know, we here. We have a miracle in the house, and we're going to talk about that later. Okay. I mean, we got miracles everywhere. What I want to do is just remind us of what this is. So I say it every week, so repetition deepens the impression. So for all of our teachers, this is why we say it over and over. So this is our evocation. This is our evocation, not invocation. And evocation is simply saying that we emit what is already there. And that already there is that oneness, that God consciousness, divine love, all the many names that it has. And so when I hit this gong, I invite you to take a cleansing breath. So we hit the gong for the first time as a reminder that there is only love, only oneness. We hit the gong a second time as a reminder that we are the music, the medicine, the expression, the emanation, the eyes and hands and feet, the activity of that oneness we call God. This is our reminder. And we hit the gong a third time as a reminder that, yes, there is only love. There is only oneness. And yes, we are the activity of that oneness. But we also have experiences. We have emails that come in and random encounters that might drive us nuts. We got bills we got to figure out how we got to pay. We have healing journeys of all different stripes. And so this third hitting of the gong is a reminder to take that oneness and that clarity of our connection into all that we do. All right, and so it is. Do we have anybody in the space who celebrated a birthday this week? Any birthday babies? Okay. Anybody celebrating anything, right? So you may have had an anniversary. You may have had a certain amount of years clean and sobriety. Maybe you finished an article. Who knows? Okay, Christina, yes. All right, we got some celebrations. Oh, yeah, by the way, y'all, so this is a reminder, whenever we have people stand up, our job after service is to say, hey, what happened? You were celebrating something, what was it? Right, this is how we stay in community. So congratulations, whatever that is. Do we have anybody who is moving through a healing journey? And this week was like, yeah, I needed a little extra something. Yes, you just raise your hand, all right, okay, that's right, we see you. And lastly, if we have anybody in the space who, is moving through a grieving journey, and I say moving because it doesn't stop. There is not a finish line when you're thinking about a loved one. So if you're moving through a grieving journey, and this week was a little bit, go ahead and raise your hand. Okay, we see you. We see you. All right, so for those of us who are seated, please look at those who are standing. And know that hands sprinkled up all over the place when it came, okay? So I want you to lift your hands like this and point to them and say, we see you. We celebrate you. We walk with you on your journey. And so it is. Thank you so much, y'all. This morning, I was thinking about us today. And what came through was a reminder. It was a reminder. And the reminder is this: you belong here. You belong here. Let those words wash over you. You belong here. You are loved. You are seen and you are validated. And I want you to look around just take in each other. We don't have to do anything special. Just look around the room and see who is here with you. See who is here with you. This is an outpicturing of your belongingness. This morning, I was reminded to remind us of that. And this isn't the talk, right? I was reminded that it's cleansing to hear that you are loved and you belong, and that your service in this community, if it's a greeter or if it's AV, however we serve here, it matters. And you are loved beyond words. We light this candle. This is our unity candle. We light this candle in recognition of our oneness, of our belongingness. And we light this other candle because this month our affirmation is elimination. Okay. We eliminate what no longer serves us. We denounce it. We deny it. We let it go. This is our reminder this month. No, it better go. All right, and so it is.
It's really cool to come up here after hearing that, because Reverend invited me to be the Sunday service leader, and I was so excited. Like, the inner little girl in me is like, oh my gosh, you want me up on stage? And to be received and to be welcomed. And yeah, it is really nice to know that you belong somewhere and to have so many beautiful faces to look upon. So yeah, cleansing breath. All right. Thank you, Sir Adnan. All right, so now for the fun stuff. We've got all of our community highlights. Today, after service, from 12:30 to 1:30, we have our prayer partner circle. So if you want to come and strengthen your skills when it comes to prayer, it will be led by Reverend today. And we also host that the first, third, and fifth Sunday. I was trying to say Friday. Sunday of the month. We have this beautiful flyer up here. Thank you, Sally. You're crushing it back there for us. So yeah, come check that out. And we also have, coming up December 8th, we're going to have our concert. And so if you want to attend, please make sure that you reserve your ticket. It's free, but since it's open to the community, we want to make sure that we're aware of all in attendance. So if that's something you would like to do, please make sure. We will have the lovely Toya. Again, her medicine will be radiating through the sanctuary. And we'll also have Penta Rose and Shanna Smith. So
let me jump in real quick, y'all.
Please.
This is poppin'. Can we say poppin'? Okay, so everything that says traditional Sunday service, we're going to set aside because we understand that music is the service. So on December 8th, we're going to reconfigure the seating into a horseshoe. The kiddos are going to be invited in, right? We're going to have hot chocolate for people after the concert. And at 11, the doors open at 10:30. At 11, I'm going to come up, and I'm going to welcome whoever's here. Maybe it's us. Maybe we'll have some new families. Who knows? We're putting the word out, so we may have some new faces. And so I will do a quick hello, welcome, and we're handing the space over to our musicians. So this is going to be an exciting time, and our community is going to embody what it means to love out, okay? So we're going to set aside all the nuances, the talks, and the stuff, and it's going to be music and love, and the children are going to be here. We're going to have them playing. It's going to be a beautiful time. So December 8th, please tell your people who are like, yeah, I'm not into that. This is a perfect time to come. We'll just be in community. Thank you.
no, thank you. That was wonderful, right? He crushed it. So good at that. And after the Unity Holiday Concert, then we'll have on the 15th a dedication to Reverend Joe. I think a lot of you here remember him and were here during his time. For me, I'm a newbie, so not so much, but I'm excited to be able to be part of this community and celebrate someone that was very integral in creating it. 50 years, right? We're celebrating 50 years starting next year of Unity. Yeah, let's clap that up. 50 years, okay? 50 years. Yeah. The whole notion of community has been swirling around me a lot in the past week, and I think it can be really easy to take community for granted. And so the fact that we are being very intentional about that is such a blessing. So very excited for that. Yeah, so those are our community updates. Again, for anyone that just walked in, I'm going to remind you, please silence your cell phones as we move further into service. And now I'm going to read the daily word, which is about grace. I gratefully accept God's grace. Grace is a gift. I need never earn it or compete for it. Sometimes I may be so busy or focused on the circumstances of my life that I'm not always able to be aware of grace, but it is present in unforeseen outcomes, even when I have not made the best choice or taken the best path. Grace is also in unexpected opportunities where obstacles had seemed insurmountable. As I awaken spiritually, I find grace even more easily. When I place my trust in God, I make decisions from a place of trust and follow the guidance of my inner wisdom. I live in grace throughout the seasons of life, peaceful and fulfilled, safe and secure. I joyously and gratefully accept each gift of grace and live each moment in wonder, serenity, and love.
Okay, y'all, for our opening prayer, we're going to do something a little bit different. If we're able, can we please stand? And we're going to make a circle as we usually do for the end of service. Barbara, you can stay there. Merlin, if I can get you here. Bonnie, you can stay there. Yeah, let me get you here, Merlin. Jackie, can I get you here? Do we have anybody else who is moving through a healing journey? Do we have, okay, anybody? All right. Sally, once you get settled, can I get you in the circle? Okay. So Sally is going to be a representative. Let me get you in the circle. Sally's going to be a representative for my sister. Do we have anybody whose family member is moving through a healing journey? I heard yes, please get in the center for me. And y'all can, yeah, perfect. Yes. Yes, please, Christina. Yes. So you can stay there, and we'll be representing you as well. All right. So if I can get y'all kind of in like a little bit of a shape. Yeah. Perfect. Okay. So just to repeat, if there's anybody whose family member or loved one is also moving through a healing journey, if I can get you in the middle as a representative. Okay. Yes, perfect. All right. Yes, there we go. There we go. Okay, yes, come on in. That's all right. All right. So if, for those of you whose family members are moving through a healing journey, this is perfect. For those of you whose family members are moving through a healing journey, what you're going to do is hold their image in your mind. Okay? So for Sally, for example, she's standing in for my sister. So she's going to hold my sister's image in her mind. She's going to hold her name and her face in her mind. Okay? And for those of us who are on our own healing journey, we're going to send this through our body. We're going to allow this prayer to vibrate through our bodies. Okay. So everybody who is on the outside of this circle, what we're going to do is we're going to release hands, and we're going to do like this. Okay? So the reason why we extend our hands is an acknowledgement of the power that we already have. So whether our hands are here, our hands are down, if we're driving, if we're at Publix, there's that power is already there. But this symbol is acknowledgement of the power that is already inside of us as we vibrate that God love that's already inside of us, okay? So for those of us who are in the middle of the circle, take a cleansing breath. And for those of us on the outside of the circle, take a cleansing breath. For those of us on the outside of the circle, I want you to send your thoughts to those in the middle and just simply think love. And I want you to concentrate your energy into the center of this circle. So if you close your eyes, that's fine. If you keep them open, whatever you got to do. But those of us on the outside, we are simply concentrating our focus on the center of this circle. And we'll continue to breathe, and we'll keep a secret bend behind our knees so we don't get lightheaded, okay? And for those of us in the middle, I want you to open your heart and be in a state of receptivity and breathe. We say simply, thank you for the wholeness that is already here, for the bodies that are in perfect harmony, for the pulsing of the electric force, for the blood that flows effortlessly, for the vibrational tone of our blood cells down to the atomic level that bursts forward with that which is already there, which is wholeness. We hold this space. We see those in this circle, both here and in representation. We see you giggling. We see you pain-free. We call it as so. We stand in this circle acknowledging that we are both vessels and conduits for that love energy, which is our direct healing. And we acknowledge that those in the center of the circle, both here and in representation, are perfect now. And in divine timing, in the beautiful construct of their consciousness, in the contract that their soul had in the movement of this incarnation, we see them as perfect now. We know that timing is but a human construction. And so in whatever way that doctor's appointment or that therapy, whatever needs to happen is being done in perfect organization with mathematic precision. And those of us on the outside of the circle, we hold space knowing that there is only oneness. And that oneness is love and purity and grace and abundance. We hold space as accountability partners of what is possible and what is done. And we say it is so. We say it is so with so much clarity. It's effortless. It is so. It is done. Your wholeness is already here. And we say it effortlessly. We're going to breathe in silence. Those of in the middle of the circle, I want you to see wholeness. I want you to see the giggles. I want you to feel the love being wrapped around you like a warm blanket. And those of us on the outside, we're going to hold space for a few moments in silence and simply breathe and know it is so. Together, we all say it is done. It's done. Before Toya begins, I want to say something really quickly. So the words that come out of our mouth from here forward can only be love. And I'm going to use a word because sometimes that's where we start. Love and possibility. Those are our words. That is not your illness. That's not yours. That is not yours. We claim wholeness because it is so. That's ours. That's ours. You are whole. It is so. So when somebody comes to you and says, "How's your blank?" The I am is just fine. That's going to work itself out. And you hold that high watch. And they're going to be like, "Oh, yeah, but you just got the diagnosis. I hear you, but Reverend Ryan," or whatever you got to say, blame it on me. Blame it on me if you need to. Because sometimes it is helpful. I know, I hear you. Blame it on me. Whatever you got to do. That is not yours. And in this room, we have miracles that have only just transpired within the week. And I'm looking at 2 right now. And I'm using the word miracle. Y'all, this isn't the talk. Thank you, Rupali. That's right. A miracle is something when it's like, wow, how did that happen? Whoa, that was a miracle. We don't use miracle if we're in a constant state of expectation. We use knowing. And it could be as intense as we desire it to be. It could be, I know, or I know, I knew that. However we want it to be, that knowing is all that matters. from this point forward, for those of us on the outside of this circle, we hold them and we see them as only completely and perfectly whole. And those in the center, I don't care what kind of pain you are feeling, if it's the worst you've had in this incarnation, that's not your pain. It is passing through you because you are perfect. It is so. It is so.
Okay. So, this wasn't a part of it, this song, but it's the song that needs to be sung. So, we're gonna wing it. When you're weary, feeling small, when tears are in your eyes, I'll try them all. I'm on your side. Oh, when darkness comes and pain is all around, like a bridge over troubled water, I will lay me down like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me down. Ooh, I'll lay me down. Sail on, silver girl, sail on by. Your time has come to shine, and all your dreams are on their way. See how they shine, and if you need a friend, I'm sailing right behind, like a bridge over troubled water. I will ease your mind, like a bridge over troubled water. I will ease your mind. I will ease your mind.
Thank you so much, Toya. You know what's beautiful? Toya said, I'm winging it. And the first thing I thought of was a bird. Right? Right? When you're winging it, you're just in the flow. That wingspan is wide open. And you follow the currency of something else. So when you winging it, that's it. What y'all think this is? Am I right? Any service, if we're in the flow, we winging it. Every service, because we're completely open to what's not possible, what is. So yes, thank you, Toya. Thank you for demonstrating that for us. Today is all about grace and elimination, letting go. This is a continuation of what was established last week, right? May the weak man say, I am strong. And we use a man, we could say person. May the weak person say, I am strong. Now that metaphysical law doesn't say, may the weak man believe he is strong. May the weak man think he is strong. May the weak man do the best he can and know that it's going to work out because he'll one day be strong. The law. And I love the word law because we're operating in laws of aerodynamics. We can see a plane, that massive 1,000-ton instrument, get up in the air and stay there. That's understanding a law. Simply. So I love the word law. The law. May the weak person say, I am strong. I am strong. Last night, Sally and the kids went to a birthday party, right? And I was working on the essay. I said, I'll be there in spirit. And so the family, they know how to party. And they had tortillas and enchiladas, and it was a banging party. I could hear it down the street. And so I love Sally. No matter what, she's bringing me a plate, okay? So it's late, and I'm like, this is the latest these kids have ever gotten to bed. It was 11:15. 11:15. Their bedtime is 8, okay? So I could hear them coming down the street, yelling, crying, fussing. I'm like, okay, let me hurry up. Let me get out there and help out. So I'm thankful for my plate. We get them in the bed, and they're still just full of life and giddy. And I'm thinking, oh, I was expecting them to be agitated. I was expecting that screaming I was hearing coming down the street was them fussing and fighting. I was met with something else. I was met with euphoria and love and giddiness and excitement because they just had cake, right? They were just fine, right? So I see the happiness and I'm ready for the meltdown. So I'm rushing them in the bath, hand them off, boom, let me get the next one, boom, let me get the next one, boom. Shower, wash them up. Sally does a lotion in the pajamas, okay? And I'm expecting at any point a meltdown. It never comes. All the way till we do our little nightly prayers. And I'm thinking, okay, surely they're going to start fussing at some point. Because, you know, you got to fuss, you're in the bed, she's looking at me, you know, the stuff. And it never happens. They pass out. They pass out. What I was carrying was an expectation that never came into fulfillment. And this is small. This is small. I thought the yelling was them fighting. And then maybe I could say it worked out, but not really. It didn't work out because it was done. It was already fine. It didn't work out because now what's happening has resolved what was happening in my mind. That's not it working out. Now, this is a small little example of how we function in our journeys. We clench tight to possible difficult conversations. We clench tight at, I don't know how this is going to happen. We clench tight to how a thing will work out. And then as we walk softly in it, and because of grace, we don't implode, but we walk softly in it, and then we kind of get a little bit taller and a little bit taller, and that thing is past. And then we say, whew, that worked out. No, it didn't work out. It was already done. And because of grace, when we can think whatever we want to think, right? We can think it worked out, right? And you say, oh, yes, grace is good. I'm simply here to remind us that our expectation, we got to check it. We got to check that expectation. And so if we wake up and we're expecting a difficult day, if we're expecting, oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, that's going to happen. I'm going to see her, and then, okay, got it. I'm ready for it, right? If we expect it, what we understand, and I'm going to use the big word metaphysically, right? Metaphysically is simply beyond the physical, right? We understand that we operate beyond the physical, right? That our bone density is not all we are. We are vibrational beings. And so we show up before our physical body does. And so if we're expecting turmoil, that turmoil is ahead of us. And so it shows up with, we get every single light, we get cut off, the radio's not working, the car's starting late, who knows? It's all kinds of stuff. I knew it. Our expectation is simply shaping what we're seeing. And so I'm simply here to say, what happens if we check our expectation? Just check it. And it's not anything that we have to combat. It's not anything we have to put on our shoulder pads and a helmet like we about to go on the football field. It's not that. We don't got to get down like that. It's just simply acknowledging it. Because all the spiritual teachers tell us that it's in stillness that clarity comes. Stillness is not when we are shoulder padded up, ready to go down for the count. That's not stillness. That's expecting that which we do not want. And so because this is an all-allowing universe, whatever we desire is en route. So if divine love says, oh, you want more anger? Okay, you got it. All right. It's what you want. Right? It's like, oh, okay, you said it's a difficult day? Okay, here you go. Right? And it's not a force or a God or something outside of us that's saying, here you go. That is us. It's our expectation. We are the activity of that God love. It's us. We are the common denominator. We created it. We are co-creators with God. This is it. And so if we expect whatever is in our ecosystem to be a certain way, there it is. Guess what? Baby, it's yours. It's all yours. All yours. All right, y'all, listen to me. Check this out. So I got the plate. I said, Sally, I love you so much. I got the plate. They're down in the bed. Everybody's quiet. And so I make little tortillas, and I'm hooking it up. I'm thankful for this meal. And there's like fresh cilantro, fresh onions, and fresh salsa, and it's on. So I make my meal, and later on in the night, you know, I'm washing my hands, and I'm smelling onions. And I'm like, where's the onions? And I'm like, what is that? Like, oh, yeah, that's right. I had onions in my enchiladas. So I'm washing my hands. I go to bed. I'm still smelling onions. Of course, I took a shower. I'm washing my hands thoroughly. I still smell onions. It's inside my fingernails, obviously, right? So I wash them thoroughly. And guess what, y'all? I can still smell those onions right now, right? Right now. So as we're praying, I'm like, I smell the onions. I'm present with the onions, okay? I am present with this onion aroma. Okay? I welcome it instead of resisting it, okay? I welcome it. This is a reminder of the love that I got with the plate and the meal. I welcome the onion smell. All right? Y'all, when we expect something and it works out, it doesn't just poof and then we're like skipping along. That thing lingers. It lingers. It's stuck inside of our nails. It's in our aura. It permeates almost every other thing we do for the next few days. And we can't shake it. Like, why am I? Oh, yeah, I was carrying that expectation for a week or 2 weeks or however long. Y'all, we carry stuff for years. Years we carry stuff. And when it works out, it doesn't just relieve our pressure in our chest. It lingers. And y'all, I was washing my hands thoroughly. I was getting the soap up under my fingernails, and I still smell it. This is nature. This is something as natural as something that's physical. Imagine that which is not physical, that is vibrating at such a fast pace that we can't even see it. So because we can see physical elements because it's vibrating at a slower pace than oxygen. Okay, oxygen, we know that we're breathing it in right now. Oxygen is all around us. In fact, the trees are emitting oxygen. Just take that in, and we cannot see it. Yet we know that those molecules are there. Those molecules are vibrating at such a fast clip that we don't see it. Our eyes can't perceive it. So if I can perceive this aroma of onion, imagine how fast that vibrational tone of expectation is moving. I'm calling on us to expect different. Expect different. And many of us are doing good, right? This is a little reminder. I don't know if you've ever had the benefit of like a coach or like in a gym, what do they call it? Personal trainer? Thank you so much. I don't know if y'all have ever had the benefit of a personal trainer. All right, I had them one time. You pay somebody to drive you nuts. Okay? You pay somebody to say, nah. Your form is a little bit off. Keep pushing. That's all you got? You're late. You're paying somebody to hold you accountable. That's what this space is. This is an intentional gathering where we're holding ourselves accountable. We said yes to the spiritual community because we're holding ourselves accountable. We know that there is even more possible in our lives. The law says that what we are experiencing is what we believe we deserve and are capable of having. So if we do an inventory in terms of our lives, and this is like some serious work. Let's just take a bank account, for example. We all know, we all have debit cards. If we can picture our bank account, the law says what is there is our belief in what's possible. The other day, I told Sally, I said, Sally, we can have more. What are we doing? I'm thankful. I'm so thankful. I have deep gratitude for all that is ours. But we can have more. I've never experienced being in a private jet. Why can't I have that? Why can't I experience that? Who said? There are things I have had this desire for years. Sally and I met like 15 years ago, and when we met, at the time, I was preparing to go to Egypt. So I had gotten this book bag. I was going to go hiking in Egypt. I was going to do my thing. It didn't happen. I said, okay, one day. And I said, Sally, it hasn't happened because I haven't allowed it to happen. I haven't said yes to that happening. What I have created was expectations of how it's not possible. That's what I've created. This is some hard truth, y'all. Now, the reality is we have an opportunity to transmute all of it. All of it. Last week, we set into motion, we had a prayer and meditation service right after the potluck, which was amazing, by the way. Thank you, y'all. And in this room, we got into a circle, and we held space for what we saw this community as. We saw beautiful floors, because this carpet is over 30 years old. And when you go into the gathering room, you'll see the age, okay? You'll see the age. And so we saw our feet walking on this beautiful plush carpet. We saw ourselves looking at an incredible sign. We saw a parking lot problem where so many cars is nowhere to park. We saw us needing more services. Not because we just want to grow for growing's sake, but because we know that this can be a catalyst for more love, more possibility, more giving. Whatever we desire, that's what we're experiencing. I told Sally, I desire more for us. And we're doing okay. All of our needs are met. I want more than our needs being met. And we can have it. The question is how. The question is how. So a few years ago, I took the how into prayer. And some of y'all walk with me on this. Some of y'all gonna be with me, and some of y'all gonna be like, oh my goodness. All right? So if you have a question, I believe we have the answer. We have the answer to every question we seek. We might call it gut, intuition, nudge, hunch, whatever you want to call it. I'm just calling it a knowing, because that's what it is. We can take that question into meditation. We can say, how do I move forward with this blank? And then into stillness, boom, the clarity comes through. So one question I had was, how do I expect and receive more? And that night, I had a visitation by an ancestor. That night. And we can call it a dream. Sure, let's call it a dream. But it was a visitation. And I saw my great-grandmom's sister. Her name was Aunt Hezzy. She was vibrant and young, and she was teaching what looked like some kind of Sunday school or something. And she looked right at me. I wasn't in the room, but she looked at me and said, give more. And so I woke up, and I was like, I got to call my mom. I said, Mom, I had a dream. I used the word dream. I had a dream about Aunt Hezzy. She was teaching what was, it looked like some kind of Sunday school or something. I'm not sure. She said, yeah. Yeah, she used to do that. She was a teacher too. I said, wow, she was a teacher? She said, yeah, and on Sundays, she would do like the little Sunday service teaching stuff. I said, whoa, you know, I had a dream about Aunt Hezzy. She told me to give more. She said, you better listen. So I said, okay, universe, I'm ready. I want to give more. And that next day, probably within a week, I was introduced to a family. And the father had a degenerative disease that was progressing really fast. and he was bed-stricken, and eventually the ending of his body was coming. And I saw all the weight on the mom. She was moving heavy boxes. She was trying to organize. It was a lot. And I just gave her my number, and I said, hey, any way I could help. And she said, I'm going to call you. And that began about a month, 6 weeks worth of me stopping by after work, before work. I would just stop by a couple hours. What you need today? Hang a closet? Okay, cool. Open these boxes, organize the kitchen. I got you. And the more she tried to pay me, I said, no, this is my payment. You have no idea. Because I called, I said, give more. That was the answer. How do I get more? How do I expect more? Give more. This is my giving. She said, okay, all right. And y'all, the story continues, and I'll just pause and say, I'm an actor and director and a filmmaker and all that stuff. And what came across my table was a gig on HBO, okay? That HBO gig, I had a featured role in it, and that project got 12 Emmys, right? And so that Emmy award-winning project was the ball that kept all of my other artistic work continuing. That ball, right, was the launching pad for the University of Florida, for Florida State, for all these other schools that were actively recruiting me. They said, oh no, we want that guy. I mean, I had an interview, but it was like they were recruiting me. Teams were fighting over how much to pay. In the same university, the School of Motion Pictures, the School of Theater and Dance, they were like, we want him. No, we want him. The dean started fighting. Okay. Give more. My offering is this. Let's monitor our expectation. Let's do an inventory. And let's give more. And when we give, we are operating in the highest law, because that's what the universe is. It's perpetually giving. There's a poem by Hafiz that says, not once does the sun say to the earth, you owe me. The ocean is giving. I talked about the trees. The trees expect nothing of us, yet give perpetually. Its existence is giving. When we give, we are in perfect alignment. And when our giving is aligned with that highest love, it's on. So let's give without expectation. Let's give from our heart. And let's watch. Let's take that into meditation. And we can take a cleansing breath. And if it's your practice, we're going to close our outer eye. And if not, we're just going to be here in a moment of silence. And we're going to simply breathe in the knowing of our wholeness. And we're going to take this stillness forward. we breathe knowing that all of our needs are met and all of our wishes are fulfilled. We hold the high watch over our thoughts, our expectations, what we call possibility, and what we know is true. And we give more. Not from a place of scarcity, but from a place of fullness and abundance. And we hold it. We cherish it. We give thanks for it. And so it is. So it is. Let's take a breath. We got some work to do, y'all. We got some work to do. Our work is to take this out into our lives, into our conversations, into our text messages, into our hugs, into our side talk, into our shooting the breeze conversations with the Publix cashier. Our work is to take this out. Repetition deepens the impression. We're going to shift gears into our giving, our offering. And I'm calling on us as we write that number, as we prepare our offering, whatever the amount is, I'm calling on us to see this number multiplied by 10. Just see it. Just see it. And know that that kind of giving is possible. Okay? Just see it. May the weak man say, I am strong. I want you to see this number multiplied by 10. And we're going to breathe life into this offering. And we're going to see all of our needs met and all of our wishes fulfilled. And so let's call into this offering. We say, thank you for what is here, what it will do, and its return. We say, thank you. And so it is.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing there in front of me, whisper words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And when the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. And though the a chance that they will see. There will be an answer. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Oh, let it be. There will be an answer. Let it be.
If you're able, come to standing.
Let it be.
And we're going to let this song wash over us because it is so. We're going to let it be.
Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. Oh, speaking words of wisdom. And when the night is cloudy, there is still a light that shines on me. Shine until tomorrow, let it be. I wake up to the sound of music. Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Oh, let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Oh, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. Speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Thank you.
If the kids are nearby, let's let them in. Thank you, Toya.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
How about them gators? I'm grateful. Well, today we had a story. You've probably heard of stone soup, but this was called pumpkin soup. And there were 3 friends, the squirrel, the duck, and the cat. They all lived together, and they made pumpkin soup every night. And they each had a job. Well, one day, the duck said, I want to be the stirrer. And they just, no, that's my job. But we found out at the end of the story that we should be grateful for our friends, whatever they do to help us. And we had a little demonstration. I'm going to let you hold this. We all have God's love, right? And I said, you have God's love inside, but we give it away. We'll have less, won't we? So we said, how many corners do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if I cut off a corner and give it away, how many corners do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we continued to give our love, God's love away, and it kept multiplying and multiplying and multiplying and multiplying and multiplying. Has anybody heard about God's love encircles us? We end with a circle. so we can never give all of God's love away.
Thank you, Miss Gwen. That is right on time for what we was talking about in here. That is spot on. Okay, y'all, we're gonna rub our hands together. And as we rub, we're gonna imagine all the children in our lives, nieces, nephews, grandchildren, and our kids, and the ones in front of us. And we're gonna extend our hands and say, children, you are perfect just the way you are. You are perfect just the way you are. The divine. Magnificent. Outpicturing of source. Everything you desire is yours. Because you and God are one. All right, let's circle up. I don't know if the divine is going to happen. I got you. We're going to do it.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment, live each moment, peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
The light of God surrounds us. We are the light. The love of God enfolds us. We are love. The power of God protects us. We are power. The presence of God watches over us. We are the presence. Pause. That next line mentions that we are God. Therefore, we can conclude that with the statement, we are divine. So let's pull that one this time together. Wherever we are, God is. We are divine, and all is well.
All right, y'all, if we could look at the camera in the back of the room, we're going to wave at all of our loved ones who are in their healing journey, unable to be here. We love you, we hugging you, and we imagine wrapping our arms around you. All right, y'all, have a good week. The prayer clinic is going to start at 12:30 right in here.